Hello, everybody. We're going to be doing Fetish Friday. For a very long time, this show was also called, in the way we put out the actual name, was Freaky Friday. And today you're going to get to see both of those shows now split apart because of TikTok standards. But they let us say the word fetish, so we are going to still go live and do our thing. It's a celebration of 10 years of doing it. It's one of the older internet shows. We haven't missed a year, as far as I can tell, from doing one of these shows. Sometimes we've made it weekly and episodic. Sometimes it has been put and used for only special occasions. But for 10 years, we were doing it. As much as I'm saying that right now, I'm sorry to say that most of it, because we started in 2015, has been deleted. No, I did not come up with the term Fetish Friday, by the way. That was a club thing. If you're in any major city, you know Fetish Friday used to be a play party. So I am not trying to take ownership of the term. I'm not saying that we've done more than anyone else. I'm just saying this is 10 years. So it's pretty exciting. We're going to go ahead and kick it off right now live. Just bear with me as we try to get there. It's so funny. I always get tired. Oh, I didn't take my B12. I was going to say I'm feeling crappy today, but I didn't take it. Fetish Friday. So a little bit of a true story here. I completely forgot to take B12, which with someone with nerve damage, it's a very bad thing. And it was a neurodivergent moment. We'll bring in the audience over here on TikTok. Hey, TikTok, thank you for joining us. We're already live on YouTube. We're talking about our experience with the show Fetish Friday, and I was just going into the fact that I forgot to take B12 for the better part of the last 3 or 4 months because I ran out of it, and being neurodivergent, out of sight, out of mind, I went to go get it, and they stopped having the one I liked. I looked for it for probably 1 or 2 weeks at different places, got distracted, forgot to get it. The habit was broken. That's all it took. And I've been in a lot of pain for the last couple of months, but so be it. So we're on YouTube, literally on YouTube. We are using their own software for the first time ever to do a live. So we're gonna be testing some stuff tonight. I still like StreamYard. StreamYard's still going to be used for different occasions, but Fetish Friday, and we're going to probably do a Freaky Friday, have been separated for 2 shows. For those who don't know, we started in 2015 with the show Fetish Friday, which we instantly all got in trouble with. So then we slyly called it Freaky Friday, right? Trying to get away with it, getting under the wire of the problems that it could cause, having a show named that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to share the stream of what we have going on. So we are live on Kink Educator. I'm trying to see if they're letting us share it. Yes, we are going to have share privileges. There we go. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can see both of us. I'm not as familiar with this as I should be. This is the first time. We already went live once and I was not ready. So that was kind of weird. I wound up standing up and I had like boxer shorts on. And as I stood up, it looked like I was wearing nothing. I was like, yeah, we're just going to restart this when I'm a little more ready. I am wearing shorts now, just in case I have to get up. So yeah, this is 10 years. I noticed it today looking at analytic data from all the different sites. Of course, famously, Facebook Live went live 10 years ago, and that was the first time we did a Fetish Friday. It actually, I believe we got a couple off before they got upset about the name Fetish. And this was even before I put out my book, which should have been a precursor. I was going to be in for some trouble. But I only did a couple of these in that first year to kind of build awareness about what I was about to do. So that was 10 years ago now. I hadn't even put out my book fully. We had put out something advertising that it was coming. And back then it was called Fetish Babies, which is something we can talk about on another program strictly on YouTube. So I don't want to get, I think saying the F word too much will get us in trouble. So we're here to talk about kink. I figured tonight, technically not our last Friday night, but Halloween is going to preempt this show. If we have a Fetish Friday, it will be either canned or it'll be recorded the day before on that Thursday, potentially even in the morning on Friday. So it's not going to be on our regular time slot of about 6 p.m. So for those who don't know, we're now doing this show right now, right here, between 6 and 7. And then if we have time, we do a 7 to 7:30 show over on Free Hugs and Spanks. So I'm glad you all were able to come on in and hang out with us for a little while. This show is going to be dedicated to fetish, and it's going to be going on to YouTube when I am home, because this is sometimes a show we do on the go, and we might even do tonight the other show we have, the Free Hugs and Spanks show, on the go, meaning outside. That's more political, and it's a little safer to do in public, while this particular show can be problematic. We have had a long week. I'm pretty happy at the fact that we are almost done with the week. I'm just trying to separate something out real quick. I was looking up how to share TikTok on social media because there's been problems so much lately. I'm not even kidding with you. It's kind of intense how many problems I've ran into on trying to share our TikToks. Facebook won't show it immediately. Twitter's okay with it. Blue Sky, which gives us no views, is fine with it, but it's weird. Especially our Kink Educator. We cannot share Kink Educator on actually any platform because it's age restricted. All it does is bring up the TikTok logo. So that's annoying. But we are here to talk about what you all want to talk about tonight. We had a great program the other night on Wednesday night. We were talking about the I'll actually tell you, it's on our YouTube channel, and I'll give you the exact title right now since we're here, so I don't want to get it wrong. So give me just 2 seconds and I'm going to tell you the exact title of the show. Okay, we're going to go like that. My computer might overheat on this. I can hear it like huffing and puffing. And I don't understand it. We use StreamYard all the time without an issue. This might be why I stopped using YouTube or never really developed YouTube. So the latest show is The Dangers of Misinformation in the Kinky Lifestyle. The Dangers of Misinformation in the Kinky Lifestyle. So I want to thank all of you who have taken the time to subscribe to our channel. You guys have been amazing, and I appreciate you all. This is going to be an open format night, so you guys can ask me anything. That is going to be the theme as we celebrate 10 years of doing this show. Every year we've had an episode. It's not always been a weekly show. Sometimes it has been when we were doing news, when we wanted to. It was weekly for most of 2020 into 2021. That was probably when we were able to get away with a lot more conversations online. I think they eased up. But sure enough, in 2021, we started getting in trouble again. It became from Freaky Friday to, from Fetish Friday to Freaky Friday. I let other people kind of use the name for a few minutes, and then they tried to hijack it from me. And I was like, no, you don't get to do my show without me and then call it your own. So we have generated, probably 10,000 views over the years. So here's to 10 years tonight. So you guys give me the questions you want. Our usual start time is 6:30. We're going to see who shows up for the 6:30. And if you wouldn't do me all a favor and share it out to people you think might enjoy this show, I would be greatly appreciative. I'm going to see if I can invite some of my friends who happen to be live. and see if some people have some questions for this week. I also like Fridays as a way for people to catch up if they ever had a question that I might not have answered during the week, during one of the shows that we had. I'm inviting the people I know who are on. I only invite people I see with the green little button. If there is no green button, they don't get invited. Send separately. All right. I might actually start even putting this on FetLife, but we'll have to wait and see. Next week, the expectation should be for a possible canned show or a rescheduled show. We might do Freaky Friday, for example. Maybe we'll do it on Saturday, on November 1st. We shall see. Clearance Day on Halloween stuff. So just looking to see if we have anything. Looking right now, not seeing anything. For those who don't know, who might be watching this on YouTube, especially at a later time, I want to just inform you that we do have a TikTok channel, which we have built up and have a playlist for, that there's a ton of information that you guys can check out. Just go to TikTok and type in Kink Educator and I will come up. As a matter of fact, I should actually update some of our Kink Educator stuff, as it looks like we're still on some of our older graphics for Kink for All. I mean, it's not horrible, but we should probably give an update to this site. The YouTube being all right. So this week, trying to see if we talked about anything big. We talked about conversations. We talked about obviously misinformation. If you guys wouldn't mind too, I would love to know what you guys are thinking about the new. Hey, submissive, stop worrying about. Tell me what you guys think about the different stuff I've been using to cultivate our our little icons. But you guys can ask any question you want. I can answer anything. I can pick any topic you guys want to talk about, and we can have it. I'm just updating the channel a little bit while we're all talking and hanging out together. I cannot believe, it's always funny when I don't have the one picture I want. And this is one that I would swear I would have put in here. Not once, but a couple times. It has to do with the red light, green light. And I'm just not seeing it. I mean, I've got the different types of flags, but that's not what we're talking about. It says, you ever scroll and it gives you a headache? Yeah, we do actually have it. It goes way back, but we have it, so we'll use it. There we go. That was generally supposed to be an on this day one, but that's fine. We've been doing a couple of those this week, letting my voice kind of rest a little bit. I've been dealing with just some sort of ick in my throat. So the other night when we did that, really good. I mean, it was if you did not watch it, you guys really should go back and check it out. Very satisfying conversation. We wound up going to the YouTube for an even further amount of time. Could not be happier. So I hope you guys have checked it out, if not planning to check it out. And one of the things I do want to know from you, especially those in attendance on YouTube, those who do it later, how long do you think we should try to, as it were, pull teeth to get a conversation started? Because I was told that sometimes I'm good at the gift of gab. I can talk about things for a very long time, and I don't necessarily want to talk about things for a very long time if there is not an audience involved. And that's nothing against anyone. Again, I can't stress to you all how much I want to always be able to bring you good content. And I feel like sometimes we're in these chats, and I don't bring a topic because it's a Freaky Friday and a FEISH Friday, and a lot of times I try to allow you guys to bring the questions to the yard. And is that something you guys don't want? Like, just give the feedback, help us make the channel better, you know? And we've had a couple slow start shows, and then they've gotten a lot busier and a lot more involved. Fridays, this is going to sound crazy. This does sound crazy to me. But the Friday show seems to work better the later we go. I don't know what that's about. I might put up my hair for Freaky Friday. So, thank you, Pancake Talk, for following us. We've got Kel in the room, and we got Lanice Edmonds. And time zones. Yeah, we've been trying to play with time zones a lot lately. We've been trying to become more reachable for the European market, which is why we've been going a little earlier. They are about 5 hours ahead of us. So right now it's 11 o'clock for them. Some of them are getting home from the dungeon or getting ready to go out to the dungeon. So we are trying. 5 o'clock's a little early. We tried it this week. We didn't have bad numbers, honestly. I'm not really too much against it on Wednesdays, going a little live earlier. I always wait for you guys for the feedback to let me know what you guys think we should be doing, because I want to hear from you. This is not, I'm not teaching myself. I know most of this stuff. So, you know, I don't need to sit in my class. I want to be here for all of you. I want you all to tell me what you guys are doing. It is weird because the way that this is, we are not able to see all of the comments right away on the YouTube. It's not like StreamYard, so that's kind of weird. But here we are. Yes, time zones. What time zones are you guys in? Just so I know. I am curious about that. Don't tell me where you are. Don't dox yourself. We did that one time, just asking what state someone was in. And even that led to a problem. We have an EST, so that's Eastern Standard Time. Are we in standard? I never understood that part of it with the timing. Now, if you want to be a guest on the show, we can do it today on the TikTok. I swear I never have a working pen. And I know I took out the pens. I just bought brand new pens and I took them out. I think I have one behind me though. Nope, I moved that one too. I was going to try to track, because we're trying the European market. We're trying every market we can. We're having great reviews on our YouTube. Well, I mean, they're not setting records, but I am very, very proud of what we've been doing lately. What is going on, Jen? How are you? Thank you for joining us. And of course, everything is set to 18 plus everywhere we can. If you're on TikTok, you can't watch it unless you verified it. If you are on YouTube, this is set to 18 plus. So feel free to have the conversations you guys want to have. I do find it tremendously gross that there are people out there trying to talk about kink that are putting it out even for kids to see. I'm good. I'm just laying around. I don't know why I can't read that at the moment. Hold on one second. The comments disappeared for a second. I'm going to get them back right now. Here we go. I'm just laying around 51. Oh, I wasn't asking about you, Jen. Just in general, I want everyone to know this is a very, very, I think we talked about it the last time you were on. If you're the same Jen, which I think you are, we had talked about that last time you were on. No, we just like to say that here we can have the adult conversations. TikTok has been very good with us lately. We went through a period where it was very hard to have the adult conversation, but we have survived it and we're back to it. And I think we've been going on a good streak. I appreciate everyone who is showing up. Cassandra has showed up tonight to join us. How you doing, Cassandra? We're starting a party. If you guys have any questions about kink, and I don't care what the topic is, I wanted This particular Fetish Friday, it's the last one. October is my favorite month. Halloween, I do not. Even if I happen to be home late at night, which I hope I'm not, because it's Halloween, I'd like to go out. I have plans to go out, as long as there's not a hurricane coming. And again, tell me in the comments what time zone you're from, just for tracking data. But I hope to be out and about doing something cool, whether it's trick-or-treating. Last I saw, there's a potential for a storm, but we all have our fingers crossed it doesn't come across our path. So we are going to continue to bring this as a staple show. So we're going to be, I think we're going to go back to Kink Talk. We were doing Central Time Zone. Thank you. We are. What I think we're going to do is a Wednesday show, and maybe it'll be like this Wednesday on Kink Talk, we'll do blah. And it'll be like pet, power exchange together, which, by the way, in November, I think that we are going to be combining with my local slice of the community and do a virtual event in the second Wednesday of the month. So, because November is one of those months that's going to feel more complicated than it probably has to be. So in October, we have done a lot, actually. October was pretty busy for me. I did a lot of events. So in November, there's the election day right away on the 4th. For those who do have the ability to be part of the election, please vote. And then probably, so my son goes away for Thanksgiving, which is sad for me, but he's not going to be here. So I'll probably maybe even throw something that week, Thanksgiving week. I've got things to do that week. We'll see. We'll see what goes on. The week before that, I just feel like it would be a little bit. I am Linnaeus Edmonds says, are there more neurodivergent in the kink than neurotypical? There is honestly no way to fully understand that. We don't even know how many people are in the actual community in itself at any given time, let alone how many people participate in the lifestyle. A lot of people show up to the community, and three things makes them go away. One, they partner up and decide they don't need the community, and that's based on the other two. Two, they've ran into someone creepy and have been made to feel not welcome. Or three, the vibe, the energy is, even though it didn't happen to them directly, chases them away. So my answer, just off the top of my head, I would think that there are more neurotypical, just because that's, I mean, there aren't, if I had to guess, there's about, let's see, Echo, how many neurodivergent people are on the planet?
From springhealth.com. Globally, 15 to 20% of the population exhibits some form of neurodivergence.
So you have to figure that same number, maybe a little higher. I would say that in our kink community, neurodivergence might be as high as 40%. It's definitely not 50-50, just because you'd have to do it. And with all the consent violators, we would hope they weren't neurodivergent. They'd be the neurotypicals. Just a joke, just a joke. We don't want any consent violators in, because those aren't part of our community and our lifestyle. So yeah, I would say there's more, but I think that it's a very welcoming space for neurodivergence, which is nice and great. And I think that's why there are a lot more neurodivergent people in this community, because there's a lot more acceptance in our community. So any other questions, keep them coming. I'll keep answering them. So I'm thinking right now we might do it on the 12th. The 12th might be the pet, because it's 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. So if anyone's doing something, we do plan to have a show this week on the 29th. We'll have one on the 5th, the 12th, the 19th. We will not probably have one Wednesday before Thanksgiving. That might change. We'll see how we're building. We'll see how we're doing. We'll ask the whole virtual thing, and then we're just in the holiday season. The holiday season is going to be what the holiday season is. We might feel like we take off a week here or there. I mean, Christmas Eve, I doubt we'll do a kink show, Kink Talk. Kink Talk is, what do you guys think of the name Kink Talk, by the way? Please let me know. Kink Talk is a running one. Her Divergent Hour would be a good one, but not for kink. We could do Kidoo Live, Kink Education Live. That could be a good one. Kidoo Live. And Kidoo also will fly under the radar sometimes. Which one would you guys like more, Kink Talk or Kidoo Live? Let me know in the comments. It's what the comments are for, your opinions. All right. Just seeing if we're getting checked in on by anyone else. Kel640 has rejoined the chat. So does anyone have any lifestyle questions? Anything that they want to talk about? We're here for it. When we switch formats in a little while, when we go over to being Freaky Friday, we will change the subject to whatever is going on. Usually that's a mix of politics and current events. We've been going around giving people hugs and spanks. And they're consensual, because if you post on the internet, you are putting yourself in the line of fire. Of course, we're not really spanking anyone. We're verbally spanking them, and then we're verbally hugging people. So we're not too worried about consent issues. I am a forever student. How do I step out and start practicing whatever I've learned? Well, I mean, most of what we do, we need a partner for. So I guess it would all start with having a consensual volunteer to do the things you just learned. I have a fear of not doing something right. Oh, yeah. Just do the education. Go slow, back and forth with what you've learned. Some things are inherently a little easier. Some things are a little harder, but it doesn't mean you should stop your journey. I'd say if you feel comfortable with it, you try it and you go slow. You don't go faster. There's a lot of tips and tricks. There's a lot of classes that you can go to. I don't suggest paying for any classes ever. My education in the lifestyle outside of going to events has basically been free. And that's why I constantly try to make it free for all of you. I have been offered to be paid hundreds of dollars over the last couple of years from people to me, basically to get them in the kink way. And I'll tell them, like, if you really want to know more about kink, I sell comic books about them. You can pay for that. But my advice is free. You can come to this channel, ask any question you want. And I've helped a bunch of people, and they'll message me back and forth. I believe in my comic books. My comic books are a great way to show someone what kink is. The whole idea was not just to make it for kinky folk, but to talk about the kinky lifestyle and introduce people who are new with the comic books. We do have 2 free comic books that you can get on yournewcomics.com. They are the Desire Index and the BDSM Survey. If you go to yournewcomics.com, there is a partition in the menu that says Kedu, KEDU, right there. Click that right at the top. You'll see the free comic books. As a matter of fact, I think I can actually show it to you if you guys like on YouTube. This is for the YouTube audience. We're going to go really quickly. So you go to Your New Comics. Right there in the menu, just click on Kidoo, and there right at the top, Kink Education, Kidoo Workbook, Kidoo Survey, plus Desire Index. Just go into it. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you do not have to put legal information, a real email, or anything if you're just downloading. If you are buying something, don't do the thing where you don't give me real information. I have to ship it to you. I have someone who ordered something that I don't know where to send it to. I have eventually they're going to come back and tell me. It's weird because I thought that they would have needed to put in some more serious information. I don't know how they managed it, but either the information they just accidentally spelt wrong, or because it didn't seem like an email address, but I have not been able to get in touch with them. It is problematic because I want to get them the things that they ordered. So if you happen to have ordered it, let me know. We are almost out of the Barber Unleashed in print. We are planning to put that into a trade in the next year, so stay tuned with that. We have no more original sets. They are mixed and matched different printings, which, I mean, we haven't had the original printing of issue 1 for the longest time, but we had the flip book that basically has held up. We ordered a bunch of the flip book. We just ran out of that. And we almost out of, like, we printed that first issue five times with one flip book. That is how many times that first issue has now been printed. The flip book was reprinted twice, and then a new cover was added. But the flip book, the newer one that I'm talking about, that's why I separated that one out. That was the 6th time. So it had a different cover. So it's very obvious it wasn't from the first line. So let's see. I'm going to check out our orders. I want to see if someone came back and tried to fix it. But keep the questions coming. I am watching like a hawk. And we've had some people come from Facebook. We've had people come from YouTube. We've had people come from our site. I'm pretty excited about this. Someone came from an Android. That's the referral tag, it said. But I'm pretty pleased with our. We just launched your new comics. I think the very beginning of September, maybe, would have been when we started. We are cooking. There are people always coming in. I wonder if I still got the views. I think we're almost at 2,000 views, which isn't bad considering how young this site is, and it will beat more than likely the other site we had in place for it. I'll tell you right now. We are just about 1,700 views in, which is great because I think the record was something like only 22, and that was the all-time. I can actually tell you in 2 seconds. So free PDF comics for you guys. Check them out. Okay, let's see. We have the years. Our best year had 2,786. So if we get 1,000 more views this year, which considering how we're going into the holiday seasons, probably not at all something that we can't kind of think about. What did I say? 1,200 people visited. So we're at 567. So I think we'll get there. And if we don't get there this year, we'll definitely get there next year. So that's the deal I got for all of you. If no one else has any other comments to make, we could always call it a night. One of the things I don't want to do is keep anyone on here that doesn't have anything to ask. Because this show, specifically Fetish Friday, was always a Q&A sort of. It was to bring up things and for people to ask questions, whether it's about red flags, whether it's about behaviors in the community, anything. It was meant, and this was put out on Facebook originally, so it was a very vanilla place, and we dealt with a lot of problems because of being in a very vanilla place. So if you guys have anything you want to add, to talk about, I'm happy to let you guys know. And there you go. You've seen some of the site info that we're having. So that's been our last 7 days. It's been a little slower. I've been focusing on some other things, but that's without me even promoting. I didn't promote the site this week. I just promoted it probably for the first time. So I'm kind of excited that it's starting to grow on its own organically, which means it's being shared around. So one of the things that's been bothering me lately is the book talk, people talking about our lifestyle. And they make it sound like you have to be in touch with your heart to do kink. That's what domination is. It is so annoying. So, does anyone else have anything that they want to add? We're happy to have it. By the way, anyone can jump on as a guest and we can have a conversation from on TikTok and talk about the things that we're going to talk about. I have a request. Give me 1 second. Just answering someone. Someone just put this out, and I wanted to make sure that I saw it. I try to be as responsive as possible. I mean, it is a TikTok app, and sometimes things get lost in the shuffle. Ooh, we're almost going to be at 12,000 people. We have reached 11.9K. This has been a very hard week. We have had some comments filtered. If you just commented, your comment was for some reason filtered. If you feel like it was filtered unreasonably, which definitely happens, so we are very aware of the problem with TikTok and its filtering. You could either try again or you can send it directly to me. We are 34 minutes into the show, which means we're probably around 35 here. I don't know how the what's wrong with fancy? Oh, I have no idea, Lady Letty, but welcome to the show. What was fancy out of curiosity? Oh, you look fancy? I'm trying a little harder. I want to build the brand a little bit more, so we've been putting a little more effort in, and by we, I mean me. Trying to get the hair nicer. This is actually a shirt I'm supposed to be getting rid of because the shirt itself has I'm trying to get rid of anything that's not cotton. But if it's not cotton, I've been wearing them for these programs. Actually, Lady Lydia, I'd love to hear from you on this, believe it or not. You've seen kind of my looks. How would you improve the videos that we put out on Kink Educator? One of the things that we've been doing now is trying to make the little screen caps better. What do they call them for the videos? I'll show you. Hold on. Let me call it up for you and show you. So here we go. On this, I'll show you over here on the YouTube. I've kind of redid those to look a little more professional. Smiling. I'm supposed to remember, like me and Em were talking about, Em wants me to smile more. I'm not a big smiler in general. So that's always weird when someone's like, smile more, you look better. And I'm like, hey, Dylan, what's going on? Welcome to the program. Love the name Dylan, the villain. And Jen says, I'm looking for a long-term relationship. Impossible to find. Man, dating. I'm not a dating coach, thank God. It must be so hard to be a dating coach right now. I think people have forgotten how to just chill and open themselves up. You chose Dylan myself? Cool. Lady Leia said, personally, I think you should thrift a tweed jacket, pair of white button-ups for professorish. Yeah, I'm in Florida. I don't know if those are very common. I don't understand people, ladies and gentlemen, anymore. Love is one of the most just amazing experiences, yet so painful. When we lose someone we love, it is devastating. Devastating. And it is one of those things that I do understand why people are afraid of it, but like there's nothing like being in love with someone. There's nothing like expressing love to the people you love. There is, and in kink, while love is certainly never necessary, I think love, whether you love a person just as a friend, it makes the play better. Certainly if you know the person, it's so much better. The end of love fucking sucks. Yes. The end of love. And even when you're not at the end of love, or you're nervous that it's going to kind of go away. I mean, white knuckling is a real thing. I'm polyamorous. Polyamorous is kind of that, like, you're actively telling your partner, hey, go see if there's something better out there for you. And you have to trust that you are good with your partner. And I mean, with polyamorous, though, you get to see the person experience new things. You get to be there when they're having their ups and sometimes downs. So that's in itself another growing process. But I mean, the kids, especially the younger generation, situationships, and I don't know what happened. Like, we were at a point where it seemed like body count didn't matter. People were setting records. They were going in Guinness books. No one cared about body counts. And all of a sudden, everyone's talking about how no one's having the SCX anymore, especially the younger generation. I think social media is warping the expectation of what should be. And I think people chase popularity and clout. And I think it's very popular right now to be dysfunctional. And I think everyone wants, as Lady Letty says, nails through the heart with every memory. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. Poly isn't good for me, says Dylan. I fully understand that it's good for others. And there's nothing wrong with being monogamous. There's nothing wrong with being monogamous if that works for you. I can tell you this. I don't think I'll ever get married again. I am 47, so I know some of you are going to laugh at this. I feel like I'm fat in this shirt, Lady Letty. Do I look fat? I think a lot of people start wanting polyamory, and then when they find a person that they think is high value, they try to convert the relationship to a monogamous one. Relationships are hard. Relationships are hard. There is no way around that fact that relationships are work. Oh, thank you, Jim. I think it looked fat. This is baggy today, so it just makes me feel like I'm fat. I feel like I'm wearing my dad's clothes sometimes now, and they are my clothes. I feel like I'm wearing my dad's clothes. So it blends too much like a background. Okay, well, let me see real quick. Let's see if we can do something else, because we're going to be going on to the next show soon. Let me see if I got something here. I think I wore this for Halloween a couple of years ago. Not even last year. A couple of years ago. Let's see. This one's a white shirt, so let's see if this works a little better. Ooh, this is tight. I've been working out a little bit more recently. Tum 5? What's Tum 5 mean? You saying I have it? Oh, tummy. Sorry. Yeah, I know. I'm still trying to get it down. I look like I'm a vampire guy right now. It's perfect for the Halloween. But can I have the blood? I went to a lot of goth clubs, and like the hanging kind of white shirt was a thing back in the 90s. But we'll do this. Not really, Professor. Can't type today. That's my everyday. Welcome to dyslexia. Jen goes, LMAO, laughing my ass off. That one I know. The one thing about poly is not being pressured to do things I don't like. That is a thing. And there is new relationship energy. And you kind of, and I've experienced this, you kind of negotiate something and then suddenly the person forgets. I do think, and I have developed but haven't released, something to sit down with the person and kind of go over certain things, because misconceptions can very quickly happen, especially as you're growing and getting together. And sometimes when you're first together, the person's still trying to be in that please mood with you. But when you're together for a while, sometimes people feel like there shouldn't be as many limits, and there shouldn't. If you're going to be polyamorous, you don't get to say, well, you can't kiss someone on the lips. That's not polyamory. That's non-ethical monogamy with rules. Polyamory is letting someone have a relationship with someone else. So, Lady likes the shirt. Fix the collar. Is the collar? Oh, I couldn't see. My eyes are getting bad. I'm getting old. I think that's fixed. Nope. Look at that. Look at that. Here we go. I think we got collar. Oh, this doesn't have a collar. That's what you're seeing. This is one of those shirts without a collar. That's why it's looking kind of weird. It's let me see if I can't button this. Now I look like a priest. Sleeves up, looks fantastic. Yeah, I hate, as it is, I rip a lot of sleeves off shirts just because I hate anything on my actual sleeves. I can stomach long shirts, but I can't have them go all the way down. It freaks me out. Does the eye doctor know how to cure me getting old? Because my problem is I'm getting old. Leave the buttons how you were, unbutton to the top one or two. Okay. And it has the little cool thing that hides the buttons. So there we go. Back to looking like a vampire. I wore a tie the other day as a joke to take Em to the airport. They were traveling. They're already back now, but and I was like, look, you get the limo ride. How sophisticated I am. I don't like progressive glasses, Jen. I hate progressive glasses. For those who don't know, to me at least, progressive glasses are new. So right here it's further, right here it's normal distances, seeing farsighted, and right here is reading glasses. And yes, I need reading glasses now because I'm an old fuck and I played hard. I'm amazed I'm still here, ladies and gentlemen. So are a lot of people who know me. So anyway, I do need, and I spend a lot of time making comics and stuff, so I'm not surprised. So we're at 7 o'clock. We have a few more minutes. Does anyone have any kinky glasses? But also, content-wise, for those who have watched my content, is there something I should be doing to improving? I'm liking the thicker beard right now. This is one of my favorites. We can also add lighting. I like the live this way, but we also can add lighting occasionally. So I'm going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm just grabbing some iced tea. This is like totally the Florida look. I'm in shorts, but like the long button shirt. Like I walking on the beach, he decided the rest of his life. So I personally like it a little darker. So let's see where we're at. The one thing on my journey, like physically, has been like my neck looks weird to me now. I've lost 50 pounds since about 2 years, a little over 2 years ago. I've been on a weight loss journey. I am actually now under 200 pounds, but I kind of bob right there. One pack of gummy worms and hitting the gym a little too hard that week, and I shoot right over 200. Plus water. Water weight, for some reason, I'll retain some water sometimes. And more likely, the reason is too much sodium in my diet for that week. So, Miss Firebrog. All I can think of is Miss Doubtfire in that moment. I don't know why. I got to head out. Good to see you. Good to see you too. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're almost at the end of the program. We will be continuing live here on the YouTube channel, Kink Educator. We will be jumping on to our other channel, Free Hugs and Spanks. Potentially, I don't know. Do you guys think I should take a little bit of a break? Because Free Hugs and Spanks, I mean, we could do it outside. I don't know. I'm kind of Sometimes staying on for 2 hours feels like a lot, and I could just go outside. I could take a break. So I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it for a few minutes. But I'm always grateful for all of you joining us, obviously. Very happy to. Apparently, I have a fan club performance. Remember to always get all the information that you can about things before engaging them. What is it called on YouTube? Same answer, actually. Kink Educator. I mean, same name as on this channel. Kink Educator. We have a library growing. Not bigger than the TikTok one. Probably not for a while. We do have over 4,000 videos now on TikTok. And on our channel profile page, you guys can see very clearly marked out all of the playlists that we have underneath it that can help you with it, with a bunch of things. So I'm always excited to share that kind of stuff with you. I think I might actually take a little bit of a break between the two shows just for my own sanity. I have 10 minutes left if anyone has any questions. We can go over those questions. But if not, we can call it a night right here. It's been a great conversation. Also, if you guys have an idea of Friday's Freaky and Fetish Friday, what time you guys would like it, we're not always able to go at night, and we do try to move around a little bit to see if there's an audience at different times we might not be aware of. But if you guys don't have anything more, I think we might sign off. Just because my throat's a little raw as well, and I would like to do the secondary show, so we're going to switch over YouTube to just being me. What's on the floor behind me? Oh, I have my pair of pants. So we're still on YouTube. I think we're going to go ahead and head off here on the TikTok. If you guys subscribe, you'll see it. We'll see what we do at Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday, sometimes just a 30-minute show. We might do it out in the open. But we got our Fetish Friday in. More than likely, as stated, this is our last one of October. We might do one on Halloween. Stay tuned for more on that. But for now, I want to say goodnight. Thank you all for joining us. And remember that it's okay to be kinky. So stay kinky. All right. We'll talk to you all soon. All right. We're saying goodnight to the TikTok audience. And I'm going to come over here and say goodnight on the YouTube. I appreciate you all being here. And I hope you like this versus StreamYard. This looks like almost a cannon, but it's just the side of that where the phone has been the whole time. I looked at it. I was like, it looks like a Transformers gun. But thank you for being part of tonight. We'll see you all on the flip side. Stay kinky, my friends. And remember that BDSM is not inherently sexual. It is mental. We communicate, we conversate, we talk about it. We negotiate it. We talk about our play profiles, our risk profiles, our aftercare needs, our health issues, our medical history, and so much more. It's through communication and using a diaper to make sure shit doesn't get on us. Did I ask permission extensively with representation? Representation includes asking if you're the dominant to the submissive, what are the risks we talked about for this evening's events, and in vice versa. If you are a submissive, ask the top, well, what is your actual hands-on experience and skill with what you're asking to do tonight? Remember to use a pen. That is protocols engaged via negotiation. To build your dynamics, while you're building your dynamics, put in a garage or make sure there's a porch so you can have time to work on your actual dynamics. And finally, not most importantly, because it's all very important, get consent when everything has been talked about, everything has been done. You guys have used the pen and you know the new needs, expectation, wants of the dynamic or scene you're building. I appreciate you all. We're going to sign off for now and talk to you all soon.